The employee shall not be entitled to any termination benefits payable under these regulations. My name is Louis Liao. I'm an employment lawyer and a principal at Louis Liao Chambers. So when a change occurs, whether by virtue of sale or disposition or by operation of law, in the ownership of a business, for the purposes of which an employee is employed or part of such business, the employee shall not be entitled to any termination benefits payable under these regulations if within 7 days of the change of ownership, the person by whom the business is to be taken over immediately after the change occurs offers to this employee continue to employ the employee under terms and conditions that are not less favorable, meaning it's still the same good terms and conditions. We're not changing your salary, we're not lowering it, we're not changing anything, we're giving you the same employment, okay, under which was employed before the change occurs, and the employee unreasonably refuses to offer. So meaning because of any mergers or acquisition that this employee has to be terminated, but the new company, the new entity is offering to say that I'll give you back the same job, same terms and conditions. So meaning he could have actually continued his employment, just that with a different employer, but he's the same terms and conditions. But he says, no, I don't want. Give you back the same job, but I just don't want to work for this new employer. I want to do something else. If he says no, then he is not entitled to get termination benefit. If the person by whom the business is to be taken over immediately after the change occurs does not offer to continue to employ the employee in accordance with paragraph 1, the contract of service of the employee shall be deemed to have been terminated, and consequently the person by whom the employee was employed immediately before the change in ownership occurs shall be liable for the payment of all termination benefits payable under this regulation. So if the new owner doesn't offer employment and then let's say the old employer terminates, it is the old employer that is responsible to pay the termination benefits. Because you get bought over, the new owner didn't give me a new job, so basically meaning that I'm being terminated lah. So you, as my previous owner, my original owner, you are responsible to pay me my termination benefits. If the new owner offers the job and you say no for no reason, you are also not entitled to termination benefits. Now, the third one is if the new owner immediately after takeover continue to employ the employee, is accepted by such employee, shall, for the purposes of these regulations, be deemed to be a period of employment, and the change of employer shall not constitute a break in the continuity of the period of the employment. So meaning if the new owner offers employment to this employee and say that I still want to employ you even though I take over this business, and this employee accepts, meaning his employment didn't stop at all. It's a continuation from his original employment. So of course he doesn't entitled to the termination benefits lah, because technically it's taken as your employment didn't stop. So let's say it's 2012, sale happened in 2018, and now it's 2025. Your employment is not from 2018 to 2025. Your employment is from 2012 to 2025. It's considered a continuation. So only time is when the new owner don't want to offer new employment, then the employee is entitled to termination benefit, or the new owner offer employment but not in the same terms and conditions, it's much worse terms and conditions, and the employee says I don't want to work in this terms and conditions because it's not the same as my past, then he's entitled to termination benefit. But if it's the same terms and conditions given to you, exactly the same, but you just for no reason unreasonably refuse, then you're also not entitled to termination benefits.